everybody. Today I will be showing you my Stamina Nightblade PvE DPS build. We have here 5 Berserking Warrior, 1 dagger, and 1 axe because I would say run 2 daggers. Make sure all your weapons are infused. I do have a double axe that I had, but I swapped. I do not have 2 daggers of Advancing Yokita, so I just run a dagger and an axe, and since I'm a Khajiit, it works. The crate you get from the 5-piece is just so good that even if you swap to your back bar, you'll still have that effect, so it's alright. You have the Maelstrom bow, which is what you would want to be using as your back bar. Increases the damage of volley, deals every 161 tick. If you do not have that, you could also be using the Maelstrom's bow, which is a good one. You want to be using all 3 infused with a poison damage enchantment, a absorb stamina enchantment, and a weapon damage enchantment, which if you want to do to keep weapon damage enchantment have a more of an uptime, you could put absorb stamina on the back bar and your weapon damage on the front bar. We also have the 2 Velodrith, 5 Reliquin, and all 7 medium divine. We have 3 jewelry of the Advancing Yokita. It's not gold, you guys should get gold, don't be like me. It's all bloodthirsty. You could do 2 bloodthirsty, 1 infused if you like. Bloodthirsty is just really good if you get to that execute and you gotta burn. All golden weapon damage enchantments, you have all golden stamina enchantments, and all these enchantments are golden. That's basically the sets. You could also, the food is the dubious. You use this. You would want to use this if you're doing like 4-man content. Use the double max health, max stam for trials. The potions you would want to be using is the Essence of Weapon Power for the Major Brutality, Major Savagery, and Major Endurance. And you would also want your Alchemy to be all the way up so you can keep that having 100% uptime. Let's go to the skills. You have Surprise Attack, which is your spam. You have Killer's Blade, which is your execute. Running Slashes, which is a really good dot. Ramming Trap, which increases your crit damage and has some good damage over time on itself as well. You have Relentless Focus, which increases your damage done by 8%, stamina recovery by 10%. And every 5th light attack, you could shoot a poison bow, or not a poison, a spectral bow, I'm sorry, that does disease damage. You will be having Flawless Dawnbreaker on your front bar to have a, while it's slotted, you gain damage. Your weapon damage is increased by 5%. For your back bar, you want to run Poison Injection, Razor Caltrops, Endless Hail, Vigor, Leeching Strikes, and Incapacitating Strike. For your passives, you would want to be having Executioner, so every time you kill somebody with your Killer's Blade, you get that extra Stamina Magicka, which is mainly for the stamina, you don't use any magic skills. Pressure Points, you would want to be using for that extra critical chance. Hemorrhage, you would want to have points in that for your increase your critical damage by 10%, and every time you deal critical damage, you and your allies gain Minor Sorcerer, increasing your weapon critical rating by 1320, which is going to have a full uptime, because, you have Surprise Attack, which is your spam. You'd want to be using, the passives that you want to be using in Shadow is increases your health, stamina, and magic recovery by 15%, the Refreshing Shadows. You want Dark Vigor, which increases your max health by 3%. In Siphoning, you'd want to get Catalyst, you get 20 ultimate every time you use Leeching Strikes. No, every time you use a poison, I'm sorry. Don't get Magicka Flood. I forgot why I got that. You want Soul Siphoner, so your Vigor on your back bar deals 3% more healing. This is the one that this is when I said it first. Every time you use Leeching Strikes, you get 2 extra ultimate every 4 seconds. You'd want to be using every passive in dual wield, every passive in the bow, every passive in medium armor. You don't need improved sneak. That's just, I don't know why I put that in there. You don't really need passives in light armor because you're not going to be wearing that. But make sure you don't put any in middle. I don't know why I did that either. Because mainly if you're not going to be doing 5-1-1, you're mainly going to be doing 5-2 or 7 medium, or 5 medium, 2 heavy. Don't be a vampire unless you're a tank. I don't think vampire is good for PvE. Your fighter's guild, you want to have the Slayer, which increases your weapon damage by 3% for each fighter guild ability slotted. So you get a current bonus of 6% because you have Trap and Dawnbreaker on your bar. And then if you have Banish the Wicked, you generate 9 ultimate when you kill an undead, Daedra, or werewolf. And the skill tracker increases your fighter skill damage by 20% to undead, Daedra, and werewolves. So you would want those two. You're Undaunted, you want Undaunted Metal and Undaunted Command. And for the races, you could be either Khajiit or Redguard. I would say those are the best two. For Alchemy, you would want to get that to max just so you could have the medical use, have 3 out of 3, so your potions always have 100% uptime. I'll show you the CP, then the character sheet. I'm not max CP, so I don't have max in, but I know what you should be using for max. You have 100 Moonkalf, 100 Tenacity. Over here you have 33 Tumbling and 20 Shadow Ward. All the rest of your CP will go in Tumbling. Or if you want to, if you're breaking free a lot, you can put the rest in Warlord. Over here you want to put 26 in a Physical Weapon Expert, 66 Master at Arms, 44 Thaumaturge, and 28 into Piercing. And you want to split the rest between Precise Strikes and Might. My CP is set up, my red tree CP is set up for VAA. I'm using 72 Ironclad, 48 Spell Shield, 61 Thick Skin, 61 Elemental Defender, and 11 Quick Recovery. The rest of your CP you would put in Elemental Defender, but this is only if you're doing Fed AA, or Aetherian Archive, I'm sorry. All this is worthless if you're not doing that. That's it for the CP. Let me show you the unbuffed sheets. Is 3060 weapon damage unbuffed. Weapon critical is 61.5%. Your recovery is 914. I am also using the Lover Mundus, increasing my physical and spell penetration, and that's why you have all the divines to increase that to the maximum. Let me show you my damage buffed. Fully buffed, my damage is, or my crit is 86.4. My weapon damage is 3,546. Your stamina recovery is 1,069. Yeah, that's that. Your rotation is pretty simple. You want to start off with the 2 buffs, Relentless Focus and Leeching Strikes. Then you always want to start off with a Rearming Trap, and then swap bars, Endless Hail, Light Attack, Caltraps, Light Attack, Poison Inject, Light Attack, Incap, swap bars, Light Attack, Running Slashes, Light Attack, the Trap, and then you want to do, because your Relentless Focus should be procced, so then you would do just 3 Light Attack, Surprise Attack, Light Attack, Surprise Attack 3 times. And then you would hit Relentless Focus, swap bars, redo rotation, and then just keep doing that same rotation over and over until you get into Execute. And in Execute, all you're going to do is pop Endless Hail, you're going to Poison Inject, swap bar, it's a light attack between every single thing you do. And then you do Rearming Trap, and you just spam Execute. But you always want to make sure these buffs are up. Relentless Focus is for that extra damage, and Leeching Strikes is the main way you're keeping your resources up. And say you have to redo Leeching Strikes, what you would do is after you're done on this bar and all that, you go on your back bar, you hit Endless Hail, Caltrops, Poison Inject, then you do Leeching Strikes, and you don't do end cap until your second run around. If you have to do more than 4 skills, like 4 buffs on the same bar, you don't use the ultimate. You always want to use your Essence of Weapon Power potions at all times. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. Well, I'm pretty sure that's everything. That's the rotation, the build, the CP, the Mundus. If you guys need anything else, just let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoy. Hope this helps.